So I got Rakeem and Leon right here. After Arsenal has not defeated Southampton 3 goals to 1. Let me just get a reaction about this game.
It was kind of similar to the game last week against Leicester City. We're versing a team that's in a relegation zone. You think we're going to walk through with it. We'll make it a bit more harder than we expected to make it for ourselves, but I think ultimately it just shows character in the players, fight, determination. We can pass out 45 minutes and still come back in the last 30 minutes to win a game. And those are the kind of characteristics you need, sticking together, sticking strong. And Bukayo Saka, 2 assists, a goal. People say that he's not world class. Well, I think the numbers speak for themselves, really.
How about you?
Yeah, I think he's hit the nail on the head. Southampton's always going to try and make it difficult for us rather than go for it themselves. And their game plan seemed to work for the first half. And then obviously they scored their goal and we managed to respond straight away, which is exactly what you've got to do. And yeah, I think the players at that point stepped up. Havertz in particular, and then it seems like Martinelli's got his confidence back today, and obviously Saka had another great performance. I think he's now got more goal contributions than games this season, so Arsenal just did what they had to do to see out the game.
What can you say about the tactical changes from Mikel Arteta today? Was it spot on for you?
Well, he started off with Partey right back, gave Sterling a start, gave Jesus a start. It kind of reminded me of the EFL Cup game where he made a few rotations. But no disrespect or discredit to Southampton, these are the kind of games where you do take your foot off a bit and make some changes and give some players experience. Came out first 45 minutes, didn't quite work. He made the changes. He brought Mourinho, Martinelli, Trossard, and boom, from then the goals came through. So, you take chances, take risks, but you adapted, got it over the line, and that's what's important at the end of the day.
Do you think this is not the new best way for Arsenal to leave it to the dead before, they put out an impressive result?
Obviously, for fans, it's not the ideal way because we're nervous in the stadium, but I think it always is a confidence booster when you see the substitution board go up and you see a player like a fan favourite, like a Martinelli or like a Trossard, who will change the game. But I would have liked them to start strong just because Southampton seem to always manage to get a result against us whenever we play them, going by the past few games. So I would have liked them to start strong, but maybe I sound like a hypocrite because I've said before, you have to trust your squad and you have to trust those players, and you want to be able to start a Raheem Sterling and have confidence you're going to put in a good performance. And I think he needs to run of games to get his confidence. So I would like to see him continue to play, and look how long it took Havertz to get his confidence. So maybe Sterling's going to be similar, but they've got to get minutes from somewhere. So you'd think a game like this is the right time to do it. But what I would say on that is if you're going to give minutes to players maybe on the fringe, I would like it to be the younger ones. And maybe at 3-1 up, I'd like to see Wanyeri and Lewis Skelly and some of the other ones we saw pre-season. I'd like to see them get minutes and get their confidence up as well.
Looking at the league now, 7 games, early days. But do you guys think it's going to be a 3-horse race for Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City?
I don't see why not. Last season, of course, Man City and Liverpool pushed us to the brink. Liverpool dropped off a bit early. It was us and Man City till pretty much the final day, and I think it will be similar to that again. Over the summer, we've made the adjustments. We've brought in Mourinho, we've brought in Sterling. The players have adapted a bit more together. They've gelled together even better. I think we got used to the 3-0 at half time. As fans, we got used to that, just blowing teams away, nothing to worry about. This season, we're showing a bit more tough. There's a bit more depth in us. There's a bit more fight. There's a bit more challenge. So I do think we've got the tools to go at the end of the season. Just look at the Man City game. 60 seconds from victory? 60 seconds from victory. That's how close we are. We put them under pressure. We've got one of the best defences in the world. We're not even at our strongest form yet. Martin Odegaard, I keep forgetting, he's outside line right about now. When he comes back, that's a whole other variation of goals and angles that are possibly coming through. So yeah, I think we will take it to the end. I think it'll be a 3-horse race for the best part of the season, where I do think it will come down to Pep and Arteta in the final run of games.
Looking at the squad depth for Arsenal now, do you think Arsenal is ready to fight for the Premier League, the Champions League? Do you think they're ready, or do you still need another addition to the team come January?
I think we're ready. Obviously, another addition would be nice for us, but I think the squad depth is the reason why we've been out of the title race for many years prior. And I think now we've got not just the depth, but we've got the strength in the depth with players like Trossard and some others, even like Jorginho's one. I'd say they're top players that are the ones that can step in and play with the starters rather than like what we had before. I remember when Arteta first came in and we were just signing players just to get the numbers up. But now we've actually got players who, you could trust and throw in big games. And And I think that's what's really going to push us to the end in this title race. So yes, we've got a chance in the Premier League, and I think yes, we've got a chance in the Champions League because of that depth. And you haven't got to give 90 minutes every week to the players anymore, because you know you can give them sort of 60 and trust the others to play the last 30 out and keep everybody fresh.
Your honest opinion, looking at what Thomas Partey has done for Arsenal, do you think he deserves an extension?
I think that really does come down to how he performs this season and what he can do for the rest of the time he has in his contract. Last season was very disappointing. He was out for the majority of it. And at the time we needed him most, of course, you get injured, it's not your fault, but we can't rely on a man that's not going to be fit to play in these big games. We was dreaming of Rice, Odegaard and Partey in the centre, but of course Partey had to be replaced throughout the games. This season, coming back, got the goal against Villa, had a decent game in the Champions League the other night. Overall, I say he's been a bit hot, a bit cold. He's not been as consistent as we want him to be. Maybe by January, maybe by Christmas, he would have found his full rhythm. But if he stays at the club as the main centre mid, I think that's the rest of the season to decide for. We've got to see what he puts in for us.
What will be your benchmark for Arsenal this season?
I want us to win the league. I think we can. At the beginning, I thought it would be City again, just because it's Pep's last season, and I thought he wants to go out with the title. But looking at now their injury to Rodri and how they've been struggling without him, I think that if we don't win it this year, it's going to be very difficult for us to ever win it. This has to be the year. So I'm going to say my benchmark for Arsenal is to win the Premier League and have a good run in the Champions League, just to show that we are at that elite level in Europe, because I think we are.
Looking at the PSG's game, do you think Arsenal stand a chance in the Champions League?
Do you know, our first two games, Atalanta, remember, they are the Europa champions. We went to their ground, got a draw, saved the penalty, minus Martin Odegaard. We done that. PSG, champions of France. Now, say what you want about the French league, they are still the champions of France. We handled them probably easier than the game today. So we have the capabilities to go far in the Champions League. I think we can make it to the semis for sure. Whether we win it, sometimes as an honest fan, I think sometimes we might be missing a player or two and a year or so of experience just to put it in the coffin. But, you know, crazier things have happened in the Champions League, crazier things have happened in football. We've got the good level of players, maybe just lacking the experience. But, you know, Championship football, you know, anything could happen. I'm not going to rule ourselves out, but I think realistically, semi-finals, none of us should be disappointed as fans if we hit the semi-finals for this year.
Last question for me. Who is your all-time best outright striker in football history?
You asked me that in an Arsenal badge outside the Emirates Stadium.
He's right there.
Emirates Stadium, Highbury just down the road, and my bias is going to probably Thierry Henry. I saw him, watched him grow up. We all watched him grow up, set records, one of the Premier League's all-time scorers, Arsenal's all-time scorer, robbed of a Ballon d'Or. Yeah, man, I'll keep it simple. Thierry.
How about you?
Yeah, obviously my heart says Thierry. I want to be a bit realistic though. The person I enjoyed watching the most growing up was probably Messi, and I loved the fact that they were all at Barcelona together. Ronaldinho is another top player that I used to love watching. The three of them, that's why I like watching Barcelona games. But yeah, for me Thierry, but I have to say Messi.
So between Ronaldo de Lima, Thierry Henry and Messi, who would you pick?
You know, I have this whole Messi-Ronaldo debate. I'm a Ronaldo guy. Some of the Premier League, ripping it up. For Porto, for Portugal, won the Euros. A part of me is always going to say Ronaldo. I know Messi might have a few more achievements, just a few, won the World Cup. But I'm going to say Ronaldo on that one. But Ronaldinho and Thierry Henry, as entertaining as a fan, yeah, those two all day. I can watch Ronaldinho clips all day.
What about you?
Yeah, for me it's Messi and
Messi.
Yeah, Messi over Ronaldo for me, just because I think the World Cup solidifies it. I think it was always tight before, it was always Messi on it, but the World Cup for me is maybe it's only one piece to the puzzle, but it's an important piece that Messi has, and I don't think Ronaldo's getting. So,
thank you so much, guys. Thank you.